Happy Sunday. Just doing a pop-up live. It's kind of a fun day here because today is Bear's first pig year day. He wasn't sure what to do with it at first, so he watched Serena and Boone and then figured out it was something he's supposed to eat. So I know, Boone, you have not finished your pig year. I don't know where Boone put his pig year. He took it over here to the west side of the house to be in the shade. So maybe he left it over there. It's a beautiful day in South Lake, Texas today. We've had 2 sniff spot visitors already this morning. First one was at 7 o'clock. So we were up in the dark scooping poop out of the paddock and the barn before they got here. I'll have to adjust my times because it won't be long before it'll still be dark at 7 o'clock even. The rain we got last week has revived the grass. So green now. Richard actually had to mow the front yard yesterday. It's kind of warm. There's a little bit of a breeze blowing. That's always welcome. And we do have chances for rain again overnight tomorrow night. So hopefully that'll pan out because it'll keep everything alive. We had some mating action going on here in the duck yard just a little bit ago. But they are back. About half the flock is back on the back pasture pond. And then the other ones hang out here in the shade. We had a little heron over here with the wild ducks. I don't know if I'll be able to show you guys through the fence or not. Yeah, he's still over there, but I don't know that you can make him out. He's a little bit of ways from them, but still hanging out there near the bank. Those are the wild ducks that we feed every morning. I don't know which end the camera's on. Let's see, I'll put this here. And then I won't know till I watch this back later if it worked. But those are the little wild ducks that come to the fence morning and evening because they know the routine, and I feed them when I feed our flock. So I won't keep y'all long today. Just wanted to share that we were tickled to be doing this little milestone with Bear, who is staying with our family. He's met the cats. We can kind of deduce that he probably hasn't been around cats a lot. He doesn't seem to know what they are. So in our experience, the dogs that, which way is the camera? Over here? Am I looking at the camera, y'all? The dogs that know what cats are and have a problem with cats are like on the warpath. The moment they sense that there's a cat, if they hear one of the cats or see one of the cats, they take off after him. And he doesn't do that at all. He's very curious, and they've come to him. There's been a lot of nose-to-nose meetings, and he does some sniffing. He has nipped at them a couple of times, but, you know, even when dogs and cats play, they nip at each other. So we're not seeing that as a sign of anything to be concerned about. And obviously, just because he's new to the family anyway, we know we're going to have to just really monitor him and remind him how to play nicely. Oh, yeah, let me look at the chat. Some people showed up. Thank you, guys. Oh, my gosh. Oops, I just moved something. So, hi, Joe and Sue. Hi, Lee. Yeah, it's midday already for you, huh, Lee? Hey, Jess, how are you? How are you feeling, Jess? Hey, Weaves World. You know, Weaves World, I have no idea what your first name really is. And this is Ashley right at CNC Farm. Thank you guys for showing up. I kind of got an idea to do a live today because Ann Dale was flying home from her adventure this weekend, and she did a pop-up early this morning. And the only reason I was up is because, again, we had that early morning sniff spot visitor, so we had to be up to get the paddock ready, the paddock and the barn ready for that. I know in our listing we tell people we have horses, so I'm sure they come and they're prepared for there to be manure and things related to us having equines. But I know if it was us visiting somewhere, we'd want to at least have a chunk of the space where we wouldn't worry too much about stepping in it or the dogs getting in it. Because if you don't have dogs and horses, dogs and equines, you may not know that obviously horse poop is quite a delicacy. And so I don't think we've ever had a dog here that didn't at least try it, even if they didn't think to try it, meaning eating it, even if they didn't think to try it when they first encountered it. Because then all it takes is them seeing our dogs who just really could make a meal out of it. They see them eating it, and then they realize, oh, that must be something good to eat. So the only thing I think they like more is the hoof trimmings after the farrier comes. Our dogs know to get into the paddock as soon as possible after the farrier leaves so they can find little trimmings laying around to eat. And that's similar to, you can buy those dehydrated, what is it? Buffalo hooves or something like that. We've seen that kind of stuff at the feed store and the pet store. So whatever it is in it that, gives it a good smell or taste, the dogs really do like it. Hey, old man King Homestead. All right. I'm not going to keep everybody long. I'm always tickled when you guys happen to be around and are willing to come and hang out with me for just a little bit. But again, we just wanted to celebrate because we have decided we're going to keep Bear. So technically he's another foster failure. He'll be foster failure number 3 for us. Our boy bandit that crossed over in November from a brain tumor was our first foster failure. We brought him in as a foster in November of 2013. And then again, he left us in November of last year, 10 days shy of his gotcha day. And then Serena, our old girl now, with the autoimmune disorder that's just really wreaking havoc on her skin this summer. And we're just guesstimating, she's 10 plus for sure. When they come into rescue, you just have to guess, unless they're new puppies and you can tell how old they are. When they're already adult size, you just have to guess how old they are. So we don't know, but we've had her 9 years, 9.5 years. And again, she was already full size when we got her. And she was just a foster, but we failed with her. And so now Bear. And interestingly, Bear boarded with us. We got a call from a couple that had been put in touch with us through one of our Good Shepherd rescue partners, because he knows we board dogs, and they were going on vacation, and they didn't mention anything about him needing a home. So we had a great time with him the week that he was here. They picked him up, thanked us over and over because they had seen the videos and stuff that we posted. They knew he was having a good time. And then Mom sent me a text after they got him home and thanked me again. And I still don't know where the camera is on the front of my phone. Y'all, where's the camera on the front of my phone? Is it up at the top? I feel like I'm kind of looking at it. It sent me a message thanking me again and just asking me that if we knew of someone that might be looking for a dog, that they would appreciate our help in finding him a home. Oh, this is how I can tell, right? Yeah, okay, so it's on this end. Hey, Tori! Tori's here. That's sweet. And so that was the first I knew that he needed a home. Then I thought, okay, well, maybe that's why Chuck, our rescue partner from Good Shepherd Rescue, told him to contact us, because maybe Chuck already knew that he was looking for a home. And so I found out after the fact that they had talked with Chuck. Chuck is on the board of directors for Good Shepherd Rescue, so he, handles a lot of the approvals of dogs coming into the organization. And so he did know, but I don't know if they had decided for sure that they were going to give him up. They had adopted him about 6 weeks before we got him. A big Fort Worth shelter adoption event. They have a German Shepherd girl already in the home that they've had since she was 8 weeks old, and she did not get along with Bear at all. She was not very nice to him. She just did not accept that they had brought another dog into the house. So they were really feeling bad for him because he was not having fun. There was no playing. They were not bonding. And then they saw the videos and, you know, the pictures and things that we sent while they were on their vacation to let them know how he was doing here during his boarding session. And they realized, yeah, he needs to be somewhere else, because if this is his true personality here, playing and running with the dogs and, you know, cuddling with people, and then that's what they wanted for him. So they loved him enough to, you know, surrender him. So they surrendered him to us, and technically we became his foster family through Good Shepherd. So he was then listed with Good Shepherd, although he was not listed publicly because I had already shared with our adoption coordinator, kind of the leader of the organization, who has become a sweet, dear friend of ours over the years. Hey, Robin, how are you? That we were very interested in him, and that if he was looking for a home, our biggest criteria was going to be to see how he got along with the cats. And that was kind of hard to test initially because we've had boarders like every day until this past Friday. So 2 days ago, a boarder went home. But before that, when Bear came back to us, we had a boarder, in addition to Bear, had at least one boarder here every day in the last couple of weeks since he came back to us. And we just didn't want to skew results or, you know, have too many variables in the equation when we were making assessments about whether he could get along with the dogs, because of the possibility that extra energies, you know, from extra dogs, even if they got along with cats, dogs in a pack act differently than they would on their own, or than they would if it was a different pack. If you have dogs, you know what I'm talking about. If not, that's just kind of how the pack mentality works. So it wasn't until yesterday, really, that we took down the baby gate and let the cats approach Bear, like without a barrier there. And he's very low key. He's 4 years old approximately, so he's not a puppy. He does have very nice, healthy energy, but he's not wild and rambunctious, at least not yet. Sometimes they'll get comfortable, and the more comfortable they get, the crazier they get, and the more they'll get into stuff. We have had to put a diaper on him for overnight. He either doesn't know to ask to go outside, or something stresses him and he's peed in the house off and on. But he's not putting up a fuss about wearing a diaper during the night, and that way everybody's happy and we don't get stressed out. Hi, Krabby, how are you? We're talking about the dogs this morning. Anyway, so, and I said I wasn't going to keep y'all long, but I'm just so tickled when people come to see us. We don't get out much, for one thing, y'all. We're very tied down. When you have this many animals and this many outdoor animals, you know, it's one thing. I think we've been on vacation before when we only had cats. We lived in an apartment near Valley Ranch, you know, 45 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes from here before we found this property. And so it wasn't a big deal to just leave out a lot of food and have somebody stop by a couple of times to scoop the litter boxes and make sure they had food and water and that everything was okay. Not so easy to do with dogs. And dogs, that's where we started. We got a dog as soon as we moved in. Cooper was our first German Shepherd when I got back into the German Shepherd state of mind. But we even could take the dogs a lot of places with us, but we did still have cats. So adding Cabo, the first horse, is what kind of really put a curb on being able to travel as much as we used to travel and as much as we like traveling. Hi, Stuart. How are you, honey? Did dinner turn out good last night? Y'all, Akashi had to make dinner last night in their new house, and they don't even have countertops yet. So I'm imagining Stuart standing there balancing dishes on his hands while she's stirring and cooking. Um, anyway, so we got Cabo, and that, immediately tied us down a little bit more. And well, he needed a companion because herd animals need companions. Hey, Akashi, how are you? But no big deal. And then Richard got laid off from his job, and that's when we started our home business. And it was just a no-brainer for us because we live in a agricultural area, and lots of people here have livestock and horses. So we put together some flyers and printed up some business cards and literally went door to door meeting these property owners that have horses and dogs that live outside, and built up a little bit of a client base, and that kept us out of bankruptcy. While he was looking for a job, I was working full time, but he's always made more money than I make, so that supplemented my income so that we could stay afloat. And that business grew nicely. We started fostering pretty much as soon as we moved here as well, just because we had the property, and it's something we wanted to do to, help dogs and work with dogs. And so the boarding business kind of kicked off a couple of years into our fostering career because families that had adopted from us began to contact us after they adopted to ask if we would consider babysitting while they were gone. So that's, been a very busy and enjoyable aspect of our family business too. But again, it just means we don't go anywhere very much. So I've been tickled at how having a YouTube community and a YouTube family gives me at least a sense of spending time with people. We can't get out as much, but I feel like when you guys come and visit with us here on the channel, it's like we're all together. It doesn't feel so much like we're not spending time with people. I mean, we have people come to the house every now and then, but even then, everybody's got busy schedules, and if we have a lot of extra dogs here boarding with us, we don't want them to be stressed about having too many new people around. But just hanging out outside before it gets too hot today, although we're definitely seeing a downward trend in the temperature. Oh, I don't know what they heard, but they heard something. Best security system there is to have some German Shepherd dogs in your house. So, I haven't even eaten breakfast yet, but I figure I'm just going to have an early lunch. I made an experimental dish last night. I had chicken breasts in the freezer. Didn't know what I wanted to do with them. I had a sweet potato and some red potatoes, and I bought a bag of frozen Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts. Richard won't eat them. But I thought, okay, let's just see what I can come up with. So I just literally, peeled potatoes, chopped them up, threw everything in a glass baking dish, put a little bit of chicken bouillon powder and some spices, added a little bit of water, baked it in the oven for about an hour till the potatoes were all done and the chicken was done, and it is fantastic. Like, I've been thinking about eating that again since I went to bed last night. I couldn't wait until the next meal when I could eat that again. Hey, Mike and Terry. So some of my best dishes have just been experimental dishes. I either didn't think I had anything to cook, or I didn't know what to cook with what I did have. So I just throw stuff together, and I've always just used the finger test for seasoning because I don't cook with recipes anyway. Let's see. Let me look at comments, make sure no one's asked me a question that I should respond to, or that I hope I didn't miss. Hey, Digging for Health. I don't want to miss anybody coming in. It really does tickle me. Again, if you guys don't do lives, maybe you don't realize how wonderful that feels to have people come to your lives. I know before I did my first live, and maybe it's true for all of us, before you do your first live, your biggest fear is that no one's going to show up. And when I did this live, I thought, no big deal. I just wanted to show y'all that we were kind of celebrating Bear getting his first pig ear, and that's something you can just watch later anytime, just as if I just posted the video, you know, and shared it later. But I thought, well, why not just go live? Because then I don't have to do. I heard someone else say that. I think Tarsha at Triple Threat did a live this morning from her garden, and she made a comment that she just decided to do a live because she hates editing. I thought, you know what? That's true. So some of the stuff that I go to all this trouble to cut and paste and put the music in and do the transitions between scenes and, you know, all of that stuff, I can still share all that same information with you guys in a live and not have to do any of that. So let's see, Stuart, I want to look at your comment here. We want animals at our new place. The property's perfect for them, but I'm afraid of being too tied down and not being able to take weekend trips and such. We'll figure something out over time. Yeah, if you guys weren't so far away, see, we'd be right there in a heartbeat just to come take care of everybody. But yeah, you'll figure it out. We've had friends just stay at the house, live at the house here for a week, 10 days at a time. The couple of times that we've actually taken a trip where we didn't take any of the animals. The dogs have gone camping with us lots of times. That's easy to do. But the outdoor animals, that's just a little trickier, especially if you've got prey animals. They just need somebody here a little more full time, and they've got to be put up at night and locked up so that they stay safe. See, I'm just looking through my comments, y'all. Okay, I don't think I got anything. I don't think I missed anything that I needed to address while you guys were here. So I'll just let you know while you're all here, Weave's World has a multi-decade music quiz on his channel tomorrow. If you haven't visited his channel yet, go check him out. I know he just recently put up another cover. He did a cover singing. I haven't watched it yet. I'll admit it, Weaves, but I will want to check out that multi-decade music quiz. I flopped totally on the 80s quiz that he did last week. So I got to redeem myself. But you guys check him out. He does a lot of shout outs for channels. Some of you may not even realize that he's done a shout out for you. Because he doesn't always announce it that he's doing a shout out for people. But check him out. Go connect with him. And then this Friday, we'll have our live again at 2 o'clock. And I'm going to do 2 guests just because there are so many channels I want to share. And I don't want to have to tell people they've got to wait, 6 weeks to have a chance to be on the show. So we will be visiting with Tasha from Art and Adventure with Tasha and with Ginger from Not For Nothing Homestead. She has a sweet channel too. I know a lot of y'all know Tasha, but if you don't know Ginger from Not For Nothing Homestead, check her out as well. Let's see. Okay, well, Stuart says you're an amazing cook, Akashi, so. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys, let's see. Old Man King Homestead. I was nervous about my first live. It ended up lasting 2 hours, 15 minutes. Second one was over 3 hours. Right, it's not so bad once you do it, and it really is heartwarming and motivating then when you've got people, when you really see that people care and will come and support you and hang out with you while you're doing it. And Mike and Terry, I'm telling you, I make Richard go and watch y'all every time you're in a live that I can watch, because I am bound and determined to get him to start doing lives with me. He is not shy, y'all. I don't know what it is that makes him reluctant to just get on the camera with me. So I'm working on it. Those of you that are doing lives as couples, please keep doing it. If Jess is still here, y'all please keep doing that, because I still want Richard to see how much fun that is and, be a little more involved in the channel with me. Also, if you've missed it, please take a minute to go to my community tab and vote for a movie. If you can't join us even for Thursday night, that's fine. Go and vote for a movie. I'm trying something new with the channel, and we're going to do a movie watch party together. Initially, I thought it would have to be people that had Amazon Prime accounts, because that's where I saw the little watch party icon that gave me the idea. But there's another streaming service out there, that another channel I am a member of. They do a watch party every Friday night for their channel members, and they use a website called Cosmi, Kosmi. There's also an app for it, but I just use the website. So I tested it out all day yesterday. I ran 3 of my all-time favorite sci-fi movies. Had some people pop in and out and let me know that, yes, it streams well. It's not choppy. It's got voice and text chat capabilities. And I know I have a fun time when I do the Friday night movies with this other channel. So I want to give that a try. And it'll be open to everyone right now. Maybe it'll turn into something where we might pay for a movie and show it. And it'll just be for members. I don't know. It just kind of will depend on how this week goes. But even if you can't join us on Thursday night, please go vote for the movie. The 3 options are War Games. I'm doing an 80s throwback theme for the movies. So War Games with Matthew Broderick and Ali Sheedy is one of the choices. The original Terminator from 1984, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Linda Hamilton, is another option. And then the Presidio with Sean Connery and Mark Harmon. I'm going to guess all of you have probably seen all of those movies. But if you'll go vote for your favorite from among those 3, the winning movie is what we're going to show on Thursday night. But I hope you guys can maybe come hang out with us and enjoy the movie. I have a great time doing that with this other group, and because we can chat during the movie, it just, again, feels like we're spending time together, and gives me my human communication fix. Anyway, so you guys go on, enjoy your Sunday. Thank you for popping in to my pop-up, and tell Bear congratulations on getting his first pig ear with his new family here at Rich Cat Ranch. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Yes, he is. Isn't he beautiful, y'all? He's so precious. I hope he was in the shot. There. Okay. I don't know if there's a way to set up StreamYard on the phone where I can see what y'all are seeing, but there's Bear. So again, love to everyone from Rich Cat Ranch. Be blessed. Get rain if you need it. Enjoy the weather if you have nice weather there, wherever you are. And we will see you later this week. Bye, friends.